So, we are still in Muse. I mean, I don't know why I say still. For all you know, the rest of the game might take place in Muse. And like I've said, you're probably sick of hearing this, big Nanami fan, so I'm going to listen. I'm going to hear her out. And effectively what she's saying is like, all right, so we're about to get in this battle, and I want to know... Okay, never mind. Maybe that happens later in the game. Yep, it definitely happens later in the game, so just forget what I was about to allude to. She's kind of giving you a hint as to what she was going to say. All right, and Pilika, who is all-knowing somehow, like annoyingly so, she just felt the presence of a ninja, apparently, and Joey's like, no, it's just the wind. Don't worry about it. And, of course, she's just going to trust Joey and go to sleep. Why was Joey talking to a ninja, you might be wondering? Or you may have played this and you're like, yeah, I know the deal. Oops. Get out of here. Options for my phone. All right. Nanami's all business. She's not being all sweet and fun. She's like, all right, everyone get up. It's time for stuff. Time for stuff. Why don't people talk like that more? That's because it's stupid, that's why. Alright, so Nanami feels left out, and I guess because these two are sexist, I don't know. Victor and Flick are too cool for that. Maybe they just, I don't know, she's first standing the furthest back. So anyways, we're going to go talk to Lady Annabelle, and she's going to tell us about Ginkaku. Also, if you've been watching this up to this point, you're probably aware that there's a lot more story. Oh, I just realized there's no audio. Oh, there it is. Well, I don't know. I guess it was on. It just wasn't that. Just kind of quiet. Just my audio. So, yeah, you're probably realizing that the action to story is not what you get out of Final Fantasy Tactics. It's like 90-10 story, whereas Final Fantasy Tactics is like the other way around. All right, so Grandmire is kind of talking smack to Gustav. South Window, that was the city I couldn't think of last video. And they're bringing up old shit that involves Suikoden 2. And they don't really get into details as to what these cities were, but Gustav is saying that South Window did not help them when they needed help in the first game, even though they never specifically say like, hey, we're attacking Tento. So yeah, Grandmire, South Window. That was what I forgot last time. So we're gonna come back later. Joey's having a little one-on-one time, even though there's two other people in the room. And he wants to know like, why are you fighting? And she's basically saying, I have to. I'm protecting Muse. Like otherwise I can get mowed down by a Highland. This is my home. Because Lady Annabelle's cool. All right, so now we're just going back. We're not super important people yet in this game, but we will be. Don't worry, guys. Our big day is gonna come. Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking about going to the item shop or whatever. Alright, so we were told, get out of here. She got business to take care of. And Pilika's like, Joey, you're being weird. And he's like, nah, I'm just standing here. Don't worry about it. Nanami, why don't you play with Pilika? Because the other two, apparently, like, closer to adult people, aren't worthy of, like, Joey's consideration. He's like, oh, Pilika's on to me. Not my two best friends I've known forever. And I don't think we need to talk to Pilika and Nanami. And I don't think I can get her yet. So let's just keep going. This is a rare instance where I'm 100% certain where I'm supposed to go next. Because a lot of times I'm like, I don't know, this room? But yeah. We're sneaking up. Cage, by the way, was a playable character in the last game. AKA a PC. But that sounds weird. Like NPC, I get it, but when you just say someone is a PC, like, oh, are they politically correct? Are they a personal computer? Are they a playable character? Anyways, no matter what you ask him, Joey's like, I can't tell you right now. He's telling Nanami and Nick Cage to run away. And I'm just going to be a little skeptical. I'm like, what are you going to do? Joey's obviously got some big plans going on right about now. So this is Lady Annabelle's chambers. She's wondering who's knocking on her door this late. And Victor's like, yo, you want to smash or at least get smashed? So it's up to you. You can use your imagination on what's going to happen between them. But they're at least drinking some wine. Okay, so yeah, Victor is very worldly. He went to can to get that can of wine. I just want to do wordplay and make it sound like he's less worldly and classy if he's just giving her canned wine. Alright, so he's obviously like, he's apologizing for staring at her, but overall, yeah, I think Victor's laying some good game right now. You guys can write in the comments if you think he's being an oaf or if you think this is working. But look at that. I know it's just like simple graphics, but he doesn't normally give that look when you're playing this game. So, yeah. They're talking war, though, so it's probably hard to get like super horny while you talk about war. Anyways, Victor's just trying to like, hey, let's keep drinking and talk about war less, but yeah. He's going to bed. Sorry if I was making you think something was gonna happen. It's weird to say if she was a little shorter, she might make a good girlfriend for Victor. In my head, Victor's like 6'5" or maybe taller. I mean, he's obviously taller than the average pixel in this game. I don't know if these graphics are like a little too advanced to call them pixels, or if a pixel just applies to like any video game character. In my head, a pixel is like a 16-bit graphic. Alright, so Annabelle has a war to fight tomorrow, but we're just going to go say, can you tell me about my grandpa? Because that makes sense. To be fair, she said come by later. So that's what we're going to do. It's dark and spooky. Something my son says all the time. Sometimes just when the sun's setting, he'll say, oh, it's dark and spooky. So this guard is like, oh, your friend's already down there. And for a moment, you're supposed to think, oh, our friend must be Victor. But bad news, viewers. It's not Victor. She's thinking it's Nick Cage. Joey's doing a little look around in case there's a guard chilling in the corner. And watch, his face is going to change. Check it out. Evil Joey. He's here to kill Annabelle. Please don't scream like it's a professional courtesy to not protect yourself. So she wants to finish her wine because she is freaking cool. She's talking about how she wants to protect something at all costs and asking Joey if she has that. And to be honest, she's getting in his head a little bit. So, yeah, she's saying, like, I can't stop that knife. You're a young, strong man. Can I at least finish my glass? And Joey's like, no, I'm sorry. Annabelle's, you dropped your guard, boy! Oh, I wish she won this fight, but I'm going to tell you now, she does not. Maybe if she didn't say you dropped your guard, boy, and just attacked him instead of giving him like a half-second warning. But still, it was a cool thing to say. I gotta say, Joey, you didn't, because I don't want to be like, what happened? Because, like, you know, otherwise you're implying you have no clue what happened. Obviously, stabbed her pretty good. She's pulsing on the ground. If you played the first one, spoiler alert, this comes at kind of a similar time in like the progression of the story as when Lady Teresa is killed, and it kind of... I never really thought about this before, but it's kind of symbolic. Like, the leader that had the ability to bring people together is assassinated early on, and he's actually... the main character is accused of killing that person in both situations. How are you? Lady Annabelle, how are you? All right, so... but yeah, there's a lot of symbolism and kind of a repeat of the story in a way. But, you know, if you're totally not familiar with Suikoden, I don't want to ruin like too much, but yeah, anyways. She's asking about life with Genkaku, and I'm just going to say yes. I'm not going to try to make her talk more. So she's resting easy knowing that we were happy with Genkaku. And it kind of plays into like the state. That's something like we'll get into Genkaku's story more later, but that's the state paying its crime for what they did to Genkaku, I guess, in short. All right, so we need to head out, and I skimmed over this, but someone opened the gate from the inside. And so now the Highland army is already attacking. So we gotta fight Highlanders on the way. That's kind of sad to let them go. Like, no freaking way, are you kidding me? Like, obviously I'm way higher in level, so I have the option to let them go, but I can also just smoke them. I'm not getting much experience, I'm only getting 5, which is effectively the bare minimum, but at least I'm getting some potch and killing some Highland dogs. I know normally, like, I make a point of opting to let go every time to get to those 100 escapes, but it's not worth it this time. It doesn't actually make a difference, it just makes me feel better. So we're gonna run real quick. We're always escaping from the Highland army. This is like the 3rd time Nick Cage has. At least? I don't know. There's the very beginning of the game, and then when we were supposed to be hanged as traitors, and then Victor's Fort, so I guess this is the 4th time. Alright, Nanami's like, alright, we got out of there. And what? Yeah, so Pilika wants to go find Joey. Joey will be fine. He's just a villain now is all, so don't worry about that. Pilika's a little sleepy girl. Sleeping under a tree. Alright, so I think Nanami knows the answer to did Joey really do it. It's just a matter of her being in shock that it happened. So we need to figure out where to go. Nanami is just thinking about the 3 of them, like, let's get out of here. We need to run. We don't need to do anything in this war. We need to just be happy. But there's always a driving force with Nick Cage where he wants to help people and he is standing up to tyranny. And I'd like to think this game gave me a sense of justice when I was a young man based on Nick Cage's mentality. Apparently he slept in a squat. That's really weird. They didn't want to illustrate him lying down. I don't think he sits in a squat the rest of the game, so it's weird they would like, oh, well, he needs to sleep. Let's draw him in a squat, and everyone will know that's how you sleep. It's not even his legs aren't even behind him, you know? He's not laying on his belly. You can see his legs crossed. Legs crossed. All right, so we need to take a boat south. A cute young map maker told her, how to get around, because dude knows maps. If these guys, yeah, they're both level 5. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 98% sure the blacksmith is going to be maxed out with these 2. Got work for me? Nah, you can sharpen Pilika's teddy bear. I didn't think I had anything to do in bed either. You need to get better at your job, bro. Level 5's pretty sad. Alright, so I'm not going to go too much longer in this video. Like, I don't know that I'll get us to Couscous, but I'll at least get us close-ish. Nope, can't even go in that door. I was jumping the gun. Alright, so the obvious option is to go past where I was supposed to go. Excuse me, I need a boat. No boats that could fit me. Alright. Yeah, I'm super not gonna finish this video leaving this little town, since I don't even know where the F I'm going. I know that I need to... No, I'm not paying. Get out of here. I know there's going to be a little bit of a reunion, but I don't want to say with who. But I will tell you it's not Joey. I'm so confused. Coronet. It's a cool name for a city in a video game. Alright, oh, this guy. I think I need to talk to this guy. Yep, I need to find out about the fish being fatty. Okay, I think there's maybe another dock, and I just misstepped on where I'm supposed to go. Yep, here we go. Alright, so this guy is saying Luca Blight has ordered no ships to be sent out. Because even in addition to being a madman, he is a strategic genius. You got to give him that. Maybe that's not strategic genius. It might just be like, oh, if people leave, I won't be able to kill them. So he's just like thinking about how to kill people more efficiently. Okay, yeah, this guy's gonna be like, oh, the stairs are being worked on. I couldn't remember if the stairs were being worked on this side or that side. So, gonna go through here. And here's that reunion I mentioned. All right, so if you guys remember, these are the circus freaks that we're friends with. There's a podcast, I haven't listened to it much lately, but Entry Level with Brooks Wheelan, he talks about different people that, like he talks to different comedians mostly about jobs they worked before they became famous enough to be comedians. And he went on a real kick about carnies at one point, and it was actually like, I've emailed him several times, and I mentioned that my dad worked at a carnival when he was like 16. He had a job of just carrying around a huge bear to make people think they could win it. And he went on a kick where he was like trying to get a carny to call in. I don't think he ever got it, but I heard him for months saying like, please, if someone's ever been a carny, call in. So if these weren't fictional characters, I would tell him to give him a ring. All right, so anyways, they're just like, hey, how have you been? And then we're just doing like a blackout montage because we can't see Nick Cage talk. So they've been through the same thing. I guess she went to a different mercenary fortress that burned down because of Luca Blight. And so we're trying to go the same way to avoid the Highland Army. So Nanami's like, hey, let's team up because Nick Cage doesn't talk. But anyways, what should we do, Nick Cage? And then it blacks out again when he goes, I don't know, or whatever. So he just weirdly leaves the room. So we'll stop there, and next time we will be boarding passage to South Window. Couscous and then South Window. See you guys.